Megatron, why did you give me a different name after you got me out of the ocean and revived me?
Because you're supposed to be a different character, but we just decided to reuse your CGI model.
What is up, everybody? Nick Legostava here, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Studio Series Blackout. Not Blackout. Transformers Studio Series Grindor and Ravage here. I was kind of off camera, but we're going to be taking a look at this. Now, I did not get the original Studio Series Blackout because I might have seen it in store once. I don't think that was still in store when I started collecting Transformers again. But it is a significant upgrade over the original toy for the movie Blackout. I might refer to this as Blackout or Grindor. I really don't know why they name changed the character. I guess it's supposed to be a different character, even though it's literally the same CGI model. But apparently it was revived at the bottom of the ocean. Maybe it gave him a different character. I don't know. I do not know. But we're about to get into this review. Is this worth it? Well, clearly if you have the original Blackout, I would not consider this worth it just for this little thing. Like, if you wanted to, you could use the little tiny thing that came with that Leadfoot character. I don't even think that was in the movie, but that kind of also could double as a Ravage little figure. But at least I will say the little Ravage here has movable legs. All four legs are movable, so this is actually not completely useless and just a little stand thing. Like, this can actually get like in some poses, like more aggressive poses. If it wants to focus there, I don't know why the camera is trying to fight me. But yeah, it could actually get into some poses, so it is a little more useful than these little tiny things that they throw in typically are. So that's a little bonus there, Ravage. And then we have Grindor here. Now, you know how I feel about battle damage, and this just looks like freaking some diarrhea was smeared on him. That's really what it looks like. It looks like some diarrhea was smeared on him. I probably could remove that if I wanted to. Actually, no, this is actually a painted piece. I'm assuming this is a clear plastic piece painted gray, so that probably wouldn't be the best idea to try to remove that right there. This right here I could remove, but if I can't remove it there, then really what's the point of removing it? Also on mine, I'm not sure if this is like that on all of this or if it was like that on the original Blackout here. Let me straighten his legs out. His legs are really kind of weird. I'm going to have to put some floor polish on him probably. But right here, the clear plastic piece is not even painted all the way. It's not even painted all the way. You can see the clear plastic like right around here and in the edges all around there. So yeah. And he's kind of asymmetrical with this gun poking down there. I know why they didn't have the gun poking down in the center. But I don't know, was Blackout like that, or was that something added to Grindor here? I'm not sure. But like I said, his legs are kind of weird. You can see all these hinges. It's like a lot of the Bayformers from the first few movies had these weird chicken legs. I really don't know why they did that. I don't know if they're more alien-like, making their legs, making them shorter and weirder. It's more alien-like. But yeah. And, you know, you hold this up to anyone and they'll be like, is that Megatron? Like, people that don't know anything about the Transformers or the movies. Because their faces were kind of similar around in the first movie. But enough about that. We're talking about the figure here. And like I said, these legs do kind of seem more atrocious than I thought they'd be. I mean, these flaps right here, they all kind of have to stay together for the leg to even hold a pose. And when I was trying to get him on the shelf, I actually had him on the shelf before this review for like a couple days. But getting him on the shelf, he kept wanting to fall over and knock everything over. So you might not have that problem. It might be tighter for you, might not be. But that was kind of a pain. But this is a leader class figure. The original one was a Voyager. Now, something to note here. I don't understand how a regular Decepticon would be a leader class and then Megatron was a Voyager class. Like, he was smaller than Blackout. Like, I not get that. He does have ratcheted legs here, but he really needs a ratchet in these two joints here too. I don't know why. Like, is it really that much more expensive for them to do ratchet joints right there too. I highly doubt it is, and it would have vastly improved the mobility and standability of this figure. But you can see the little gears in there. It almost looks like a bike chain. Sorry, his arm's blocking it. The molded in detail is appreciated right there. You know, there's a lot of that. It seems like this is, like I said, it's Blackout again with some different paint apps. But I did miss out on that, and there is changes, so I don't know. Are the newest Studio Series figures actually going that in depth with some of the molded detail? It seems like they're already starting to forget to do that on some of the latest Studio Series figures, especially deluxes and stuff. But let's get some size comparisons here before I try to attempt to get into transformation. You can see his legs are already fighting me again. Every time I touch him, his legs just want to fight me and unfurl. So that is definitely an annoyance. That is definitely a downside of this guy. His freaking legs want to fight me. Now you better not fall over. I'm getting the size comparisons, boy. Now, I'm going to get Megatron, Optimus, and the original Scorponok right here. So, here's the original 2007 Scorponok. You can see he's gigantic compared to him. This could go in like a masterpiece collection or an oversized masterpiece collection as a Scorponok, because it still looks good as Scorponok when he's actually transformed into his proper mode. But the original Blackout came with a mini Scorponok, but it didn't really have any mobility, I don't think so. Basically just a little prop. And then here we are with Dark of the Moon Megatron. I know they never actually interacted, but this is a leader class, and I do have his legs non-chicken legged, so Blackout is shorter. I guess they just made it leader because of the bulk and stuff. They're like, oh, we'll just charge whatever we want these days. Haha. And then this Optimus Prime is actually an upscaled Studio Series Optimus Prime. And I had to 3D print the head because when it arrived, it was literally missing the head, but you can see he's just giant. Let's see if we can unchickenify his legs for a second here and see if we can get him to a more accurate height difference there. I really wish those were ratcheted. That would just vastly improve the legs of this guy. But I could see that. I could see if his legs were actually able to stand up like that working, and having him rip his head off in that scene in the movie. That is like one of the best parts of the Bayformer movies is Optimus when he's in that field. So that's another reason why I had to get this character. Other than he's also the first character you see in the movie. I know not Grindor, but Blackout is. Alright, let's get into transformation on this guy right away. Now, will I be able to transform this on camera? I do not know. This is the first transformation of this guy, but I'm just going to start flipping stuff around and hope we get somewhere with this guy. Because that usually seems to work. You know, that's just what I tend to do. I don't look at the instructions. I don't do any of that. Wow, those are like little tiny clips. I could see that breaking if you're not careful with it. Yeah, it actually doesn't seem like it's going to be that bad here with the transformation. Also the hands. I do like the hands on this guy. How he's got the movable fingers and stuff. That was kind of a decent part of the movie where he was grabbing the things out of there. Also a kind of a zonk right here. This has no molded in detail. That's definitely a missed opportunity there. Because a wing is not going to look like that. Just flat plastic like that. That definitely looks cheap. Kind of looks a little bit KO-y right there. But was it like that on the original Blackout 2 or not? Because that would be strange if they changed that. Or if they didn't and they just like, we're just going to still leave it like that because why not? Is this also the same exact gray as that figure? I would imagine it is. It looks the same. But like I said, I haven't had the original. Is the back of his head clear plastic too? Painted? It better not be. Oh boy. It might be. I'm just trying to tell which parts of this clear plastic that's just painted gray. They did paint match it very well. That's a bonus there. That's not something that's usually done, right? Paint matching. And like I said, if I don't figure this out, I'll just do a jump cut, but it seems like I'm getting there. These Studio Series figures are almost, I'd say they're about half complexity of Masterpiece. So, yeah, people are probably watching this like, what the hell is this guy doing? Just put a jump cut. You don't know what you're doing. Of course, we're having this issue where these legs keep popping off when I try to turn this for transformation. Yeah!
Was there a robot under that helicopter?
Disclaimer. You're going to actually want to disregard what I said. This is the same figure. It's actually not the same figure as Blackout. It is, but they actually did make some improvements. It's not just paint app changes. They actually changed the hands. How I said it was cool how they opened earlier in the review right here, or I don't know what point I'm going to edit this in, but they made the hands movable. So they actually did make some improvements. They made the thumb movable and the fingers movable. It's not just the one piece of molded stuff there. So that is an actual improvement. I think there was one other thing, but I don't remember. But now I have them all transformed up here as I knock that over there. Now, like I said, I don't really like the brown paint apps and stuff, but I mean, they're on painted plastic, so there's not much I can do about that. But this is actually a better figure than I initially thought. Like, it's been it's almost been a week since I started doing this review. Then I got caught up doing a bunch of stuff. And now I'm getting back to it. So, I'm glad that I picked this figure up. It is just, that hollowness right there is abysmal. It's crazy. Hopefully, I can 3D print a Scorponok or 3D print something to just fit in there if I want to ever have it in alt mode. And I did fiddle a little bit more with some of the panels. It's still very panely and gappy, so, I mean, its alt mode is a little less successful, but its robot mode is solid, and I am actually glad that they did do an improvement. They didn't just add a couple paint apps and call it a day. So the hands are improved, which is good, and it's also nice that you have Ravage, because now I'll actually get Soundwave, and I'll show Soundwave with Ravage, because why not? Now I have to get up on this ladder over here. Watch me freaking fall down. Or not ladder, whatever this thing is. This step stool. Had to get up on that. You have to hear me walk over there. And then here he is. Soundwave with Laserbeak and Ravage. This was my Ravage stand-in for the time being. Was the thing that came with the wrecker. Yeah. The legs didn't even move on that. So I'm grateful the legs move on this. So yeah, now you have Soundwave with both of his buddies that were in the movie. I can't call them cassette bots because they weren't even cassettes, because, you know, Michael Bay liked just silver car Transformers for the most part. But there you go. That's that. So there you go. This is definitely worth an upgrade, honestly, if you were to sell your original and get it. But if you already have the original, you're really just missing out on the hands and the extra paint. Well, I gotta put them back in robot mode to put them back on the shelf anyway, so might as well record it. Let's see how fast I can transform this guy without even having transformed him back into robot mode from vehicle mode yet. Will I even be able to do it without video assistance? We'll worry about that later. But we're about to figure it out. I got it here. It took a while, but I got him into this mode. His panel formed helicopter mode. That's right, this thing pops off. Parts forming. And also the gray is different than on the other. I'd say that this gray looks better. It looks more high quality. The other gray kind of looked like low quality plastic. So I am actually leaning more towards this being a better release. The definitive release of the figure. In my opinion, the hands improved. I like that. I like that they're actually making improvements. It's exactly what I want in a re-release. Even if it's like just a color change or something. If you've heard fans cry about something. Well, not cry, just complain about a thing that genuinely needs to be changed. And then you actually change it. That's only what we've been asking with Earthrise Optimus Prime. It's not that re-releasing it's bad, but re-releasing it with the same issues over and over again. The same stuff not being painted. The same problems of not just remolding different plastic parts in the correct colors. You know what I'm talking about if you know what I'm talking about. I think I'm going to do this. I think I am. It might take a minute. Will I add it to the video? I record like so much stuff that I never end up putting in videos. Will this make the cut? Will it? You're watching it now if it does. Seems like his legs would be the easiest part. Yeah. Why is that part not folding in? Seems like that part would fold in there. I don't want to force it and break it. Yeah, that's the whole situation. Does it fold up like that? We'll figure that out later. Look at his head's already peeking out. It's already peeking out. Damn it. There you go. Move that up on there. We're not doing too bad. Ow, damn, that cut. I keep like poking it with parts of the transformer. Trying not to do that. Come on. Don't you fight me, Grindor. You didn't do a great job fighting Optimus Prime. You got dominated. You got dominated. You got your face ripped up. Spoiler alert. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it, Bobby. There. All right. We're getting somewhere. I like how that shoulder kind of flips in. It's kind of like how it was on the deluxe, son of a bitch, Devastator. Yeah. They called him Devastator, and then they just renamed him to Brawn, even though it says Devastator in the movie. Yeah. That's how things work, I guess. How did the hell did that arm go? I don't even remember. Like I said, we're just going to get this as close as I can, and then we'll call it a day. All right? We'll call it a day, and then I'll turn the camera off and actually get him shelf ready. Oh, yeah, his head is on a slider. I kind of like that. I do like me some sliding heads. And this flips down, and this flips up, and this clicks in there. So this whole thing is like reliant on that one clip. You have to really put your faith in that one clip to hold up over time and transforming this guy back and forth. And it doesn't even seem like it wants to click in right now. It don't even seem like it wants to. If YouTube didn't have this whole like dumb thing that they came out with a few years ago, I would have like separate channels for everything. I'd have separate channels that I'd upload just random stuff. I'd have a separate channel for Lego stuff. I'd have the separate channel for Transformer stuff. But it all just has to be put into one place. And then the algorithm has to do bad things to me when I freaking want to upload all kinds of different stuff. Because then it'll show those videos to the Transformer people. And it'll show the Lego videos to the Transformer people. So you kind of have to have the similar interests of me if the channel is going to be successful. Alright, that's not looking too bad. I got to figure out the arms and stuff. But yeah, there you go. That's my review of this guy, Grindor. He likes grinding on the Autobots because they don't like it. Peace. I actually got him to balance on here. Now that I think of it, his face looks like a predator. Maybe that was the inspiration for him. It looks like a predator face, doesn't it? I just realized that. If you're new, watch the videos, decide if you want to subscribe. Have a great one. Peace. Bye-bye. Drop comments. I read them all. Here we are with Studio Series Bumblebee, so a deluxe, modern deluxe car, and then an original premium finish deluxe jazz there. So yeah, well, that was a long, lengthy, panely, gappy transformation.